my concern here as a leader and a concerned Kenyan is this country has a leader and the buck stops with him. Mm-hmm. Now, if the party of the leader is the one which is perpetuating goonism, the first time in history, we have never seen whereby government hires militia protected by the police to go and cause mayhem on people. You saw it here during the Gen Z demonstration. You saw it whereby militia is hired to go and demolish and burn businesses belonging to the people of the mountain, so that the backlash can be the leaders for the mountain are the ones who had the guns. Same thing has happened in Mbeere. Same thing has happened in Malava. Same thing happened in Narok, where the leaders from the ruling party are hiring goons supported by the police. My point here is, Sam, if we do not kill that culture, we will not have a country beyond 2027. For simple reason. If the democratic values are not upheld, where, number one, our citizens appreciate their pain of waking up to the election day and vote for the people they want without coercion, without inducement, without having police all over, without fear of them getting harmed, we will not have a country. And maybe for your information, Sudan today, the Janjaweed used to be a militia for the former president, Bashir. They were so empowered to an extent that when he stepped down, now they have free day. Today they are competing with the genuine government. Now that's where you're heading to. The other day we sent some people in that island to what do you call that? Haiti. Those people are militia, but perpetuated by the previous leaders. Now they've gotten a life of their own. My concern here is that if we do not get leadership at the front, who comes out and says, look, guys, I found a country which is peaceful, country whereby, and I also came to power through peaceful means. I also want to live through peaceful means.
No,
there's a big problem.
Allow
me to finish. I'm answering the question.
With you. The question I asked you, because the money issue has been raised here. You raised it. He says he doesn't know how much has been spent on the campaign. And I asked you a question, you deflected and said it's DP that was controlling the finances. Are you telling me you had no meeting to even discuss how much money you need to raise, how much money you need to spend on what logistics?
How much did you receive from DP to campaign for 2 weeks?
There's somebody talking this side. Can't hear.
Just answer the question. I said there's questions on the campaign.
Remember, I want to just repeat again, Sam.
Yeah.
And my answer remains the same. If you're asking matters pertaining DCP party in Magarini, in Narok, in Kisa, in Kariobangi, I'll tell you, as members of DCP party, we raise money from our own resources.
What is the budget?
It depends whether
how much money did you raise?
It depends. I was only concerned about. I was only involved in Mbeere, but I was not involved in the.
Sure, what are you saying?
Yeah. I want to be very honest. I am not an accountant. Look,
I should only
ask me a question.
Senior official of DCP.
Ask me a question. I've answered you.
You've told me I should only ask you about Narok, Magarini.
Yes, where as a member of DCP, I did contribution by personal money.
So how much money did this contribute for those by-elections?
I do not know the total of the amount of money that has been collected, but we contributed depending on people's ability to support the by-election. In terms of the numbers, I don't think I'm not convinced about terms of the numbers.
Sorry, I'll come back to you now. Wakili Havi, as you talk about this question of free and fair, and of course the numbers are not known by Mheshimiwa Madenge, but treating of voters has been there for a very long time. Campaign financing has been passed. The regulations never passed by the same house, including when Justin Muturi was speaker. He was one among those that were defeating it. What do we need to do? Because you have the government on one side, there are politicians on another, there's IEBC on another, then there are the people that are meant to make a decision. And as you answer that, does free and fair depend on a process of court, or it's supposed to be seen even before then?
Starting point is this. There are certain areas of good order that are incapable of legislation. Mm-hmm. You see, the capacity of Edward Muriu compared to mine is different. So you will not compel me to fly to Malava, yet you demand that Muriu cycles to Malava. You get it? But the most important thing is to go with the straight and narrow. What is free and fair? And it's easy to demarcate what is permissible and what is not permissible. It's not permissible for an appointed leader to go and campaign in an electoral process. That is straight and forward. So to the extent that this is capable of isolation and being prohibited, yep, then we're able to say with a measure of certainty that this election was not free and fair. Mm-hmm. Now, what is the way forward? The way forward, and as you've rightfully asked, is an evaluation of free and fair election only the preserve of the court? No, it's not a preserve of the court. The court is the final arbiter of this matter. Mm. But the people themselves can see and determine and declare that this was not a free and fair election. Let me go back to Malava, for instance. It is not an issue that is subject of debate. For a fact, the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs, who is also the Prime Cabinet Secretary, mm-hmm, stated, and you can replay that clip, that he has appointed 2 people as ambassadors in consideration of them yielding their candidature in support of the UDA candidate. Look, we may want to circulate around this issue, but free and fair election can only be that which has been set out under Article 81. Let there be no corruption. Let there be no undue influence.
Right.
You understand? Let there be no intimidation and violence. I mean, you don't need further legislation on this. The Constitution has demarcated with precision. And it is my humble prayer and expectation that as and when these 2 petitions are lodged before the High Court, Mbeere and Malava, that there will be no intimidation of the judiciary, there will be no compromise of the judiciary, that the courts will determine this matter according to the law. Okay. I mean, we owe it to the Kenyan people.
Right. Mheshimiwa Madenga, I want you to have the final word. Do you know how much it costs for the people that attended meetings, how much were they given as facilitation?
For the people that attended meetings?
Yes.
We went, we addressed rallies and left.
There was no bread and soda?
There was no facilitation for transport or anything?
Bread and soda was in Maraba. You presented the evidence.
Sorry, Madenga, you're getting this.
When, on the 2 days that I went there and participated in the campaigns, I went and found a schedule from this meeting to this meeting to this meeting, and I spoke. I am on record. We would speak and leave. However, we have the local committees of Mbeere leaders, and they had their plans on how to organize their campaigns. Campaigns logistics are known, not just in Kenya, across where campaigns happen. However, my work was simple, messaging, urging the people to come out and vote and focus on their local issues. I stuck to that level. On the last 2 days, I went to engage.
Point of Mbeere leaders,
yes,
they have logistics and how they had organized this. What does that mean?
Yes.
Unpack that.
It means the same thing Wakili Muriu is saying. That was a DP candidate. The DP leadership in Mbeere had the knowledge of everything. When I went into Mbeere, we had a local committee. We plugged into the plans that they had. They had specific strategic roles for me as an elected member of parliament on a UDA ticket. I took up that role.
Well, facilitation fee is involved.
Facilitation fee?
Yes.
The only facilitation fee that I handled for the clusters that I got was ensuring that my agents were in the polling stations. Our mobilizers reached the people where transport was needed because of the expansiveness of the area and the terrain. It was possible for us to volunteer and support that movement, all right? And then ensuring that during the whole day, the team that was our agents did have a meal from our own people. Okay. They did not get from anybody else. And after that, they were able to accompany the ballot boxes to the tallying center.
How much did that cost?
In the area that I was, the seven polling stations, it costed 235,000.
235,000?
Yes.
For 7 polling stations?
For 7 polling stations.
Okay. That's on the day of the election?
Yes, that was on the day of the elections. Okay. And I have enumerated where the money went and for what purpose.
At least finally have a figure from you. Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Mathenge. Now we are out of time.
Allow me some for the final remark, just to urge the IEBC.
Yeah.
As a referee, you've let us down. You need to put your house in order. We have not seen you reprimanding what has happened in Malava. We have not seen you reprimanding what's happening in Mbeere. We have not seen you reprimanding what's happening in Narok. As the arbiter of election, what has happened to those elections is a precursor of what will happen in 2027. And I think Kenyans still have faith in you as IEBC, that you can still be able to be a fair arbiter to conduct election. Okay. I urge that IEBC do what Kenyans expect.
All right.
Mambo ya madawa ya kulevya ni tatizo ambalo lazima tulikabili kwa pamoja kama taifa. Tunapoteza vijana wengi ambao wanaangaishwa na madawa ya kulevya na ulevi na mambo yale mengine yote ambayo yanasababisha hata uhalifu uendelee katika sehemu tofauti tofauti. Na tumekubaliana ya kwamba mambo ya madawa ya kulevya, mambo ya pombe haramu, tutafanya kazi hiyo as a whole of government approach, tukiongozwa na ngao officers. Vile vile tumekubaliana ya kwamba sisi ni nchi ambayo tunafuata sheria. Wale ambao wanatumia vijana kama wahuni, watu ambao wanatumika kulete fujo, kupiganisha wananchi, kulete maafa, hawa ni watu ambao hatuwezi kukubali. Na nishamueleza Inspector General wetu wa polisi kwamba watu hawa wote lazima wachukuliwe hatua kali za kisheria, ndio tukomeshe uhuni na mambo ambayo yanaharibu usalama katika taifa letu la Kenya. Ningependa pia kusema maneno pia ya gender-based violence. We must be a society that is sensitive to all of us. Women are our mothers, they are our sisters, they are our wives, they are our daughters, and we must protect them. Mimi sitaki kusema kuzidi hapo. In conclusion, I reaffirm that the success of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and the future of our nation rests heavily on your leadership at the grassroots. You hold the trust and confidence of the Kenyan people. Let us together build a safer, stronger, and more prosperous Kenya. Asanteni sana. Mungu awajalie. Mkirudi nyumbani, msalimie sehemu zenu za wakilishi, msalimie familia zenu, msalimie wananchi kule mashinani, lakini mnajua tunakutana kesho na nitakuwa na watarajia. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much.